Morning guys, how are we doing? Hope you're good. So hopefully you can hear me right. It's absolutely blowing a hoolie down on the seafront. The new dog's got her muzzle on, so she's really loving that. She's on a calorie deficit. So I need to make sure she's not eating everything that she sees. Go away. No, go. Hope you're well, hope you're good. Tuesday, how was your Monday? I think a couple of people getting overwhelmed on a Monday, dropping me a message, or getting too much. Just maybe take a step back and take a big deep breath, guys. You know, it's really important to realise that fucking hell, some things are just not worth your stress, guys. It's just not worth your stress. Got to be chilling, chill. Focus on the things that are important, which kind of leads me nicely onto today's sort of chat. And I was chatting about this the other day with a friend, a colleague, and it's about gratitude. How and why should we practice gratitude? Now, when I first found out about gratitude and people practicing gratitude, I used to think, oh, it sounds like a load of shit. You know what I mean? I wasn't really into it. I was very resistant against it. I sit here, and I didn't really want to. Practice it because I didn't really think it would do anything for me. I didn't really think it would serve me in any way to improve the way that I live my life. And I thought, I was hearing it, shush. And I think it probably took me about 8 months before I decided that I wanted to do this. Okay, I was going to practice some gratitude. I was going to see what the benefits would be. You know, some of the people that I used to follow were saying you've got to keep going at it, you've got to understand it, you've got to know the theory behind it, you know, and how it's going to help you. Fucking don't talk to Jess. She's doing my head in, Greg. And so I spent it took me 8 months, you know, from when I heard it, and then I started practicing gratitude. And how I practiced it was every single morning I would just spend 5 minutes thinking about everything that I had and everything that was going on, or everything that I was just genuinely grateful for at the time. And it started off with just the most common answers, or the most common things. Go down here, it's out the wind. And those sort of things were things like my house, my partner, my kids, you know, all the just, you know, the norm stuff that you're really grateful for. And I practiced that, and I just used to write it down every single day. I just would write it down. And I don't know what I was expecting, but it took me a month or 2, 3 months, and then all of a sudden, when I started getting into situations, that weren't serving me, stressful situations where I could have been triggered, situations where I didn't feel great, where I felt overwhelmed, a little bit stressed, and this was kind of on the start of my sort of journey, really, from 2 years ago when I decided to really improve myself. I started being able to get over things a lot quicker, because what I ended up finding was I was resorting back to my things that I was most grateful for. So, you know, it was almost my fallback, it was my backup. So if let's say I had a stressful day, you know, things didn't quite go my way, whatever it might have been, I used to think, well, it doesn't really matter, because I look at the board, my whiteboard, and go, look at those 3 things that I'm grateful for today. How can I possibly go through? Morning guys, how are we doing? Hope you're all well. How can I possibly complain when I've got all of those things staring me in the face? And it just used to be such a great comeback for me. It used to be such a great thing for me to resort to when I felt like the world was ending, like we do when we get overwhelmed with minor problems, right? And I continued to practice it, and I have continued to practice ever since. It's been a great enlightening for me. It's made me very humble, and has kept my feet on the ground about the things that I have. Even down to the point when I tore my bicep, I'm healing from that. I think to myself, well, at least I've got 2 arms, and at least it's going to heal, you know. And I look at some of my some veterans of war who maybe have lost an arm, or look at other people who don't have 2 arms, and that's how I kind of see gratitude. I'm kind of like, well, don't fucking complain about a torn bicep, you know, you're lucky to have 2 arms. And when I resort back to that, it helps me understand my journey. It helps me understand actually, you know, what I want from life. And it sounds a bit deep for somebody that's probably not right into it right now, or somebody that's on the start of their journey, or maybe you're at that point where I was about 18 months ago. Come here, please. Come here and lie down. About 18 months ago, where you didn't quite get it. Look, she does not like her muzzle. Say hi to everyone. Look at your muzzle. You're like Silence of the Lambs, aren't you? Right, go and play. And it just allows me to know exactly what I want out of life. And I think when you know what you want out of life, okay, that you're happy. When you know what you want and you know the things that you're grateful for, I believe that is the source of your happiness. That is the root of your happiness. You know, and then when you know what you want, you can then work towards what you want. And that starts with the gratitude. That starts with knowing exactly the things you're grateful for, things that make you happy, and resorting back to them and going, I'm not interested in that negative crap. I'm not interested in that fuckwit. I'm not interested in that stress. I'm not interested in that overwhelm. Okay, one little step at a time. So for me, you know, I'm really grateful just to be able to have a mortgage, you know, in our tiny little 3-bedroom house terrace. But you know what? It's our house, and I don't need to have that great big house like I thought I did a year ago. Like a year ago, I was desperate to move out and get a bigger house. But you know what? It doesn't matter if we're cramped in there. What is that noise? Let me move over here outside. It doesn't matter about that big house anymore. I'm super grateful to wake up and have my family in that small house. Okay, because that's what I live for. That's exactly what I live for. You know, and I know what my purpose is through gratitude. Come here. Through gratitude. And it allows me to live the life that I want to. You know, my job allows me the freedom that I need to be able to be around my kids until they're all grown up and they can create their own legacy. I'm grateful for the fact that I've got good friends around me. I'm grateful for the fact that I'm fit and healthy at the minute. Touch wood. And they are the things that we must find that are important to us in life. Okay, all the minor shit that goes on in your life, all of the minor stress, all of the build-up of tension and frustration about budgets and works and emails and things that you have to do, they are just reality, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do to change it, but you can be in more control. And part of your control is your gratitude, because you fall back on it and you go, I take a second here, okay, let's have a think. Things are getting overwhelming. Take a knee, take a breath. What are my 3 things that I was grateful for this morning? Bang, bang, bang. Fucking yes, I'm grateful for that. And all of a sudden, it's taking your mind away from that object of negativity or object of stress and overwhelm to a place where that makes you happy. And you remember the long visions. You know, so for me, in 7 years, okay, we're travelling. That was my aim. The reason I sort of brought a business online to work with people online and grow my audience is so that I can work anywhere in the world. With my partner, with my little girl, with hopefully, fingers crossed, my oldest 2 as well, if they want to come with me as well. You know, that's our dream. In 7 years, we're going to go and see the world for a year. I'm going to look after the guys in the Brotherhood. I'm going to still deliver my content, but it would just be in a different continent. And that's what we're aiming for. You know, and my gratitude allows me to be grateful for knowing my path and knowing what we want and knowing where we want to go. So that even if there are daily struggles and daily stresses, I'm grateful because it's part of my journey. You know, everything I do is aimed towards that 7 year, that vision of taking off in 7 years to start our journey and our adventure as a family. So how can you do it? So the thing that I want you to do is just think about in the morning, you know, find some you time. You do this in your golden hour if you follow the golden hour. And I just want you to sit there and I just want you to think about the things you're grateful for. You know, you could be grateful. I'm grateful for the fact that I've got this great big coat on a really cold morning. Okay, I'm grateful for the fact that I've got earphones. Genuinely, honestly, sometimes to be able to talk to you, to keep the wind out. It's little things like that. I'm grateful for the fact that, you know, all my kids are back home safe, tucked in bed. I'm grateful for the fact that I go back and get to take them to school and have breakfast with them. You know, when I know so many people have to go out to work and being on the M25 or stuck on the M25 while I'm talking to you. You know, I'm grateful for like the fact that it's not pissing down with rain, and there's certain things. So you kind of think to yourself, you know, this morning, what am I grateful for? It doesn't always have to resort to, I'm grateful for my kids, I'm grateful for my house, I'm grateful for my car. That's how it starts. They're the main things. They're your key ones. But sometimes you wake up and you think, fucking hell, I'm really grateful it's not raining out here, because it would be miserable. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of how you want to see it. So it just reminds you of the things that you were super happy about in the morning. Because for me, when I get to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's almost like 8 o'clock in the afternoon, 8 o'clock in the evening for you guys, because my day starts at 4:30, whereas your day might start at 7. You know, so by the time 9 o'clock comes, I've already done like a ton of work already. And, you know, I've already done 4.5 hours worth of work. And the way that I work, I've almost finished my working day at 9. So it's when you look back and you think all the way back to the morning, you've written it down, you look at those little 3 things and you keep them on you and you go, yeah, that's what I'm grateful for. It just takes you away from the moment of like, oh my God, fucking life. Okay, so think about those things and just start it. To you, it might seem a bit fucking woo-woo right now. Okay, it might feel like I'm not going to get anything out of this, but I promise you, like I talk about everything, it's about the long journey, it's about the vision long term, it's about writing, it's about building one little thing at a time. How long is it going to take you? It's going to take you 5 minutes to sit there and write things that you're grateful for. It's not going to take a lot, is it? And it's going to benefit you, and it's going to make you more aware of the things that you are grateful for. It's going to make you more aware of the more positive things that are going on in your life. It's just going to help you with your positive outlook. It's going to help with your self-reflection. It's going to help you come back to your whys, okay, and your purpose and your love of life. So listen, if that resonates, then let me know in the comments below. Don't just click the thumb button, like engage. Let me know. It's interesting to hear talk to you. Sometimes when I go back to reply, well, I have a certain point of the day when I come back and I look at the comments and all I see is about fucking 100 thumbs up. Give your thoughts on whether you do it. Do you not? Is it something that you're interested in? Have you thought about it? Are you doing it now? You know, is it benefiting you? So all these things that are all these things for other people to see as well. You know, it's not just communication between us two. There's loads of other guys that are on here right now that will be listening and will be interested in saying, I don't know quite how to do this, or, you know, I am doing this and it's great, and it's great for good growth. There we go. See, look, it helps. Okay, great. So listen, we'll see you in the morning. This will be up on a podcast by 12, and then I'll be sending it out via email at 5 o'clock tonight. If you're not on an email list, go to my website, www.boardmanjames.com. Okay, my newsletter's there. And if you listen on audio, please do drop us a review. How you do that is you scroll down all of the episodes. Keep scrolling down and see the review. Probably take 2 seconds worth of scrolling down, nice and fast on the phone. And let's try and get this podcast up the charts. Right, listen, hope you have a great day. I hope that helps. We're grateful.